Shit, I need to
Go get you something to eat.
what?
Damn.
Go get you something to eat.
No. Need
You
to.
just got paid, nigga.
Nah, I get paid bi-weekly.
Oh, it's Friday still, nigga.
No, I'm not gonna get paid till next Friday.
Oh, I get paid every 2 weeks too.
All right, let's see what's going on here. God bless you.
Thank you.
It
Thank
sounds
you.
like a struggle sneeze.
Yeah, man. Nah, I'm good though.
You in the hotel?
Nah, they got me like the shit is wild. Like I didn't believe it at first, but they was like they got a fucking like job apartments. I guess they got like some type of contract with this apartment complex. So it's like they let employees stay up in here and shit. Like you got TV and all the furniture and all this shit. So
Oh, you're in a corporate apartment,
yeah, basically.
and they furnish that bitch for you.
Yeah. So I'm just in this hole. They pay for the rental and everything, but you know what I'm saying? It's cool. I ain't tripping. I'm just
What do you do for
tired of
them
this
again?
shit now. Logistics, basically.
Oh, that bullshit. Okay, I get you.
Shit, easy, bro. Easy money, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only here, like I said, like I was telling my man earlier, man. I'm only here till I get my clearance back, this interim clearance, so I can get back to Afghanistan because I really work in Afghanistan.
Really?
Yeah.
And you want to go back?
Hell yeah, nigga. You know how much money I be making, nigga.
How long you be away from your family?
Woo. What's up?
How long you be away from your family?
I do 2 months on, 2 months off.
Oh wow.
So I'll be there for 2 months. By that time, I'm already tired of motherfuckers. I'm ready to come home. I'm home. By the time I'm ready to get back to the money, I'm back to the money.
That's pretty dope.
That's
But
why
I
I'm
don't know
telling
if
you
I
how
could be
went
in
to Dubai and
Afghanistan
shit.
for more than fucking 22 hours. But
Bruh, it's crazy because you get like we get mortared and shit, but when you think about it, I'm used to that shit because I've been in the military, so I'm used to that shit. So it's not anything different, but it's like when you really think about it, it's like, man, you ain't nothing you gonna be able to do if motherfucking mortar come down. Like niggas be talking about running and ducking and shit. Ain't shit you can do if that shit hit in your vicinity. But it don't be going down like that, like to where ain't no shit really hit where I was at. You know what I'm saying? Like where, like close to where it could hurt me or something. But yeah, it can get busy out there. But that shit worth it. That money I'm getting, man. I gotta get that. I'm trying to get that while my son young.
That, bro. Oh my god.
I gotta get it. I'm trying to get it while I can, man. Gotta get it while you can, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It's not that bad though.
I don't know about that. That shit doesn't sound convincing to me. I was like, if I'm gonna make all this money, I still want to live to spend it. So
True. But I mean, I don't know how to explain it to you, man. It's not as scary as you think. Like you get out there, it'll be an initial culture shock. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing like how different the shit is and see how the Afghanis and all that shit, how they do and that type of shit. But I mean, you just out there working. You know what I'm saying? Just out there working and shit, and you come back home. So
can you they got like is there anything familiar in Afghanistan?
yeah, it's like you basically like you've been on an army base or any type of military base, right? Like any kind.
The ones here in the States.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like any type of everywhere you go, a military base is a military base. You're gonna have a PX, you're gonna have a commissary, that type of shit, DFACs and all that type of shit. So I live on the military base, but it's just like T walls everywhere. Them big ass like walls and shit. Like they got them walls and shit everywhere, and then you see soldiers walking around with weapons and shit. But it's like I said, it's a little bit of culture shock if you ain't never been in that environment. I've been deployed before, so I understand the environment and shit. It's not that big of a deal to me. But when I first went back in 08, fucking it was just like I said, it took a little bit for me to adjust because it was like different scenery and shit. And like I said, the Afghanis and just being out there, it's hot as fuck. So it's like it's different, man. It's just different. But back then, the money that I was making in the Army and what I was doing compared to what I do now and the money that I make now, it's fucking peanuts, bro. Peanuts. Like, and I thought it was a lot of money back then.
One more question before we do intros. This is a kind of a dumb question. Do they get like storms there, and what kind of storms is it?
Yeah, you get sandstorms. You get regular, like, you'll get rainstorms and shit, and snowstorms. It'll snow and shit out there. It's like it's just like how it is out here, depending on where you at. But you know what I'm saying? Like the only time I've been experienced like really out there is like when it's been hot. I ain't had no real winter out there or nothing like that yet. So it's different, but it get cold as fuck and it get hot as fuck. That's the best way I can explain it. But them sandstorms is a bitch. Them sandstorms is
like
a bitch.
Sand flying all over in your face and shit.
And it hurt. Yeah, basically that shit hurt.
Do you gotta wear like the shit that they wear out there? Like,
I mean, you don't got to, but it'll behoove you to, so your ass don't get sick. Because, I mean, if you, like, if you ain't, like, got no kind of vehicle to get around and shit, if you trying to go to the PS, get your hair cut or whatever type of shit like that, then I wouldn't suggest a nigga walking if there's a sandstorm going on. Like, that don't make no sense. But motherfuckers be out there running and shit and doing PT and shit out there and the sand all flying and I'm like, what the fuck? What are you doing? That's dumb. That's dumb as fuck. But I mean, hey, to each his own, man.
Yeah. All right. So, what's up, everybody? For those who just tuned in with us, I just started the stream. I'm testing it. If you guys can, activate yourself in the chat. Let us know the quality, if it's like buffering a lot or if it's like freezing the screen. I know that's happened to us in the past. But this is episode 17. We're a little bit short-staffed tonight, but it's okay. Nobody getting paid of the A&O show. But we do got the return of Cream Pie Master.
How you doing, man? How you doing, man? I'm back, baby. Yeah, we live, baby.
6 Mile, Red Rum. So,
what's up, y'all?
It's good to have you. Is this like a rare occasion, or do you have to move the show to like Sunday or Saturday or something like that?
Shit, I'll be going on morning shift April 21st, but y'all can still keep it regular. If I got Friday night off,
all right,
I'll probably just But I'm on afternoon shift, so my shift from like 3 to 11, so I miss y'all. I get home like as soon as y'all end it. That's it. But what's up, y'all?
All right, what's up, KidSmoove?
What's going down, y'all? It's good to be back.
And if you guys wanted to know what KidSmoove was talking about, like he used to work. He worked for a company where his job is pretty much sometimes is in Afghanistan, and I was trying to get some information out of him of how it is working in Afghanistan, and I was kind of just shocked that he wanted to go back. So
I'm telling you, man, anybody that's got any that Arab money can testify to you, bro. That's what you think. When you think that song became so popular, we getting Arab money today, bro. That's a song for a reason.
Arab money, is it like really Arab money or is it American money?
Oh no, I've gotten some Arab money and kind of got cheated when I took a cab and I gave this nigga. He told me he needed $20 and I gave him $20 in American money, and the exchange was like way off. So like he basically ripped me off for my cab ride. I didn't really understand that. I was in Dubai, G, and I didn't really understand that shit. Because Dubai money is different, and I ain't never had the Afghan money, but because I don't need that shit. You use your own money out there on the base and shit, but. Anyways, off of that.
$20. So what was $20 to him was like what? Was it like $80 or some shit like that?
I mean, it wasn't like the exchange wasn't that bad. Like I maybe overpaid him by like $5 or $6, but it wasn't no big deal. But still, I gave him 20. He looked at me and was like, "All right." I'm like, "Cool, man." I was like, "Yo, is that enough? That's good." Like I didn't know. Like I had no idea. It was a shock.
Hey,
I know now.
What is like on base? Do they get like stores and shit like that? Like Best Buy and shit, because I want to know how they be getting their TVs like in South Korea on base.
All that shit be fake, G. It don't be no. I ain't been in no Best Buy and shit. Ain't no Best Buys on no Army bases and shit. But like in the PXs and shit, you'll see TVs and shit like that. But where it really go down is the motherfucking Afghanis be selling shit. They'll have like iPhones and Beats by Dre and fucking all the DVDs and all the movies bootlegged and shit before they come out. And they have everything, man. Most of the shit be fake though. Well, all of it be fake. Just to be real.
That's crazy. I remember I attempted to join the army once, and I think I like failed every test they gave me. Now I was like, it was maybe this wasn't my calling, so it is what it is. I was like, you ain't gotta tell me twice. So, so that's how long that lasted with me. But what's going on this week? We got Drake's album dropping at midnight. More Life. Who's looking forward to that?
I gotta say, I'm looking forward to that, man. I want to see what he's talking about.
25 songs.
He's calling the playlist too. I'm not sure what that's about. But
I want to hear some shots. If he shares some shots towards Pusha T way.
Nobody's dissing Pusha T. Pusha T is not relevant enough for him to be taking shots at.
Yes, he is.
Pusha T is head of good music.
Yeah, what you talking about?
Kanye put him in charge.
He put him in charge. All right, then good music is about to go. Is about to like be. It's about to go R.I.P. in the next 7 months. Then.
Big Sean just dropped the album, G.
What you talking about? You don't pay attention.
Yeah, but he's not exclusively. Yeah, Big Sean. Yeah, of course. But his album's not exclusively published by Good Music, though. You know, he got other. There's other
Chainz too. This nigga be on every feature. So I mean, hey man, good music's looking good, bro.
I don't know, but yeah, Pusha T. Nobody to be dissing.
Drake gonna have a hard time with Pusha T than Meek. Pusha T lyrics was 10 times better than Meek was, bro.
Pusha T's been baiting Drake for like years. It's not even worth it. Remember Dreams Money Can Buy. How old is that? That's Take Care, Drake. Like that's since 2011. He's been trying to nah, it's not happening.
What's that one song Drake just came out with a few months back, like a month or two back? I forgot. He had released it next to Sneaking. I forgot the name of it.
You talking about Two Birds, One Stone?
Yeah, that's a Pusha T reference. Pusha T. I need this to happen for hip hop. I need that to happen. And fuck all that Nicki Minaj with my bullshit. I need that to happen.
I don't. Pusha T's not a big deal. He's just not. It's like
Pusha T's behind the scenes now. He ain't on that shit no more. The nigga behind the scenes trying to run good music. He ain't worried about that.
Yeah, he's too old for the bullshit.
Yeah, fuck that. This nigga Drake. All Drake need to do is make sure this album is sold tomorrow. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to hear is some good music from Drake.
I don't know. I might have to activate either my Google Play, but it's not exclusive to Apple, so I can activate the Google Play. But I typically buy Drake albums. There's not one Drake album I didn't buy, I think. Oh, no. I didn't buy the What a Time to Be Alive. I think I streamed it. No, did I buy that stupid? Did I buy that? I think I did buy it. Yeah. Oh, wow. And I don't even like Future. Oh, my God. I just don't listen to it. That's what it is.
And he can't stand Future, boy.
Future, he gives me a fucking headache, man.
I can't listen to him all that much, though. I listen to a few songs, but not.
Yeah.
See, I could fuck. It's a time and a place for everything with me.
Yeah.
Man. Like I can listen to some Future and all the way through, but I can't listen to Future all day, every day, like some of these cats can do. Mm-hmm. Like every time you see somebody or some shit, they bumping some Future or they bumping. I can't do that with any artist. Honestly, I can't just sit there and listen to one, dude or one mixtape or one album like just over and over and over again and just just play it out. But
how can anybody listen
especially
to an
with no
album for Future though? That I don't understand. I understand
beats. You got beats, man. It's beats, and he have some good features and shit. It's not even though. But
he can craft an album, like a total album, like he can craft something like that. Like,
albums are the word album disrespectful nowadays. These rappers just put songs on the CD, say that's their album.
It's like that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to explain this move. Like it ain't all music ain't like that no more. Where you have a concept to an album, or you have a story behind it. All of it ain't. Well, even though with this one. Because he dropped Future and then Hendrix in the same and within 2 weeks. One is basically, from what I understand, like, hip hop Future, mixtape Future, and then the next one is like, radio future with Rihanna and songs with Rihanna and different shit like that. So that's what I got from it. But it's not like it doesn't have a point to it that I've seen.
Yeah.
Any of the mixtapes or songs or anything.
Okay. And then
it's like junk food, man. Just put it that way. It's like junk food. You know how you eating Oreos and shit?
Yeah.
Hey man, sometimes it's cool. You can sit down, eat some Oreos, pig out a little bit, and then but there's a time and a place for that. Bottom line.
All right, so he still is incapable of making everyday music. And then we got Rick Ross attempting to return. Everybody's jumping into this beef shit. And Rick Ross taking some shots at Birdman. 6 Mile. Touch up on this because honestly, I haven't listened to Rick Ross in about 4 or 5 years now. So
you tripping? Rick Ross still hard, but yeah, man, he was talking about how nothing really like old topics. Well, a couple. He talking about how Wayne, baby don't pay nobody, and he had a line saying like, "I know you wouldn't visit BG in the cell," and yada yada. He was saying some real shit, but I feel like he took a light-hearted. I feel like he was just stating the obvious. He wasn't like the hard diss and
yeah, there wasn't no hard diss that I heard from that anyway.
I just don't understand. Like, here's the thing,
and this is not new. This is old.
Yeah,
it is old because I remember Rick Ross kind of disassociated himself
with this nigga for a while.
He disassociated himself with Baby ever since the whole Wayne situation.
Stunner, and he used to look up to Stunner, but nah, he don't give a fuck. He just said like, basically Wayne deserved to get paid for all he did. Wayne gave his whole life to you. You're not gonna pay this man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who we lose? Did we gain somebody or we lose somebody?
Yeah.
All right. The thing about what you call it? What you call him? The thing about Baby and the I don't understand why anybody would like want to, I guess, diss him. Is but like you're not gonna get any bars at a Baby Bird or whatever you call him, Birdman. He can't. I don't think he can rap. His verses. If you listen to a Birdman song, 9 times out of 10, his verses is literally going to be him listing every car he has. Whether it rhymes or not, it's gonna be listen to every car he has.
And Smooth, don't forget the private jets. He said.
Oh yeah, and the private jets. He'll mix it up and throw some jets in there. He got a red Spider, a blue Spider, an automatic 6 Benz with foreign lights. So. The thing about Bird, that's why I was like, it's like every time he be having like some of the most laziest verses I've ever seen. I'd be listening to because some of the songs he be on be hot, and I was like, and he'll purposely have like either the first or the middle verse, so you have to listen to his verse to get through the whole song. Like I was listening to like there's some Birdman songs that go hard, like. The Money to Blow with Drake and Wayne. That shit was hot, but I could not stand his fucking verse. And then that song he had with Gucci Man, Mouthful of Gold. It was like, just get me to the hook. Just get me to the hook now. But yeah, I mean, I understand. It's just like I feel like though, why is everybody like picking this time or these opportunities to drop like subtle diss records, especially with Remy Ma. First thing when she get out of jail, she gets herself into a rap beef with Nicki Minaj. You got Papoose.
Remy Ma be out of jail for like 4 years now.
Huh?
Yeah, she been out for a minute.
Yeah, where the hell
and
she
it wasn't
been at?
it wasn't like she wasn't on all the way up and did like it'd be different if she just didn't do anything of significance.
Well, she had to generate.
And just went to
and you gotta remember, Nicki threw the first shot.
When? In 2011?
Well, she took it as a disc on the Make Love record. She took that as a disc, so she followed up with a reply.
What?
Make Love record with Gucci Mane. She took that first that Nicki did as a disc, so she made a disc.
What did Nicki say that sound convincing?
Remember when I brought up the whole platinum albums and called her a bum bitch? She thought that was towards her. And
well, here's the problem with that. Because any female rapper could get offended by that. Because I don't know any other platinum female rapper in the last 10 years other than Nicki Minaj. I can't think of one.
That is true. That is true.
I can't think of one. So every female rapper who came and went could have took offense to that.
That is true.
Wow. So I think Remy Ma was plotting that for a while. And one, I didn't know she was out of jail for 4 years. I mean, like, but Papoose, I think he got the song dissing Drake, or taking a shot at Drake. He used a Drake beat too. 0 to 100. Is that old, or he just used an old beat?
I haven't even heard this.
I don't know. I don't
of.
listen to Papoose. I don't listen to Papoose. The only time I listen to Papoose is when he do the year in review, where he rap about everything that happened in the year. I like
he still
those.
does that?
Well, I don't know if he still does it, but he did back in the day.
Yeah. That's what he was like resorted to. But I feel like he's about to come up on something. I feel like everybody's like looking for opportunities to get hot. You know what I mean? I don't think rap pays that much.
Hell no.
Not like it used to.
Of course not. You got to be booking shows. That's how these niggas getting paid.
Yeah,
booking shows, and you ain't making no money off selling records, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's why I don't understand how new artists. You know how new artists get on, like fucking. For example, you have what's this fucking name? The dude that sing Panda, Designer. You got Young and May. Yeah. And all of them, how do they generate income off one song? Like you go to how you have a show. How you have a show, you go perform one song?
I explained this. No, I explained this to you before when you was talking about Future a couple weeks ago. Like these dudes, these mumble rappers and all these dudes that you see that you pretty much that the trash rap that's out there.
Yeah.
They have following. Whether you believe it or not, they have people. Groups of people that will go and see them, and that's how they make their money. That's how they get their clout. It be dudes that's been rapping for 4 or 5 years, maybe a little bit less, but then don't get hot until that one song. Like pretty much like with all these rappers, they've been out longer than just they one song. You know what I'm saying? But they just they get that clout, they get that following, and then the song just pop at the right time.
Yeah, plus you use a bad example. You use Future. That nigga got plenty of hits.
I didn't use
But
Future.
no, I was explaining. I was explaining to him that I told him this when we was talking about Future, because we was talking about the whole mumble rap thing and all that shit a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't believe like some of these people can like craft an album. So.
And I heard you say the Drake thing come out at midnight. I didn't know that. I was just talking about that with my brother, but I didn't know what day it came out.
Yeah, it comes out tonight.
God bless me with Apple Music.
Yeah, I'm gonna just activate my Google Play. To activate my Google Play, I'm gonna cancel my GameFly. I can't have them both. Budgets.
Yeah, man, I'm free. Yeah. I'm not even playing for my Apple Music. My cousin is. Got that family plan.
That family plan? Oh, you fucking with the family plan on Apple Music?
Yeah, you get $15 a month, and you get a family plan.
Yeah, I would use Apple Music if I had an iPhone still, but I don't. And so that's the thing that fucks up. That's so crazy about these damn streaming services. Is everything is like all integrated with your phone. So it's like there's no really reason to have Apple Music if you don't have an iPhone. No reason
I
at
agree.
all. So it's like. And it kind of sucks when they do those exclusive deals because, like, for example, Drake's album Views last year came out first on Apple Music, and I was like, fuck, no, I didn't have the streaming service. I just bought it, and you were forced to buy the whole album because you couldn't buy like individual songs. You had to buy the whole album. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I bought the album, and then I had dragged the MP3 files over to my phone, which was a Google phone. And it went into like the Google Play and whatnot, and I think later on it finally came to like Google Play to stream, but I didn't need it at the time. So this time it's like, okay, well, I can buy it again off Apple if it's available to buy. I don't know if it's going to be available to buy or just stream. I can buy it off Apple and then drag it over to my phone, or I can activate my Google Play account and listen to it over and over again to see if it's worth it. But the thing about the streaming thing, at least when I buy the thing, I own this shit. And technically, you don't own it because I'm not allowed to share this shit on the internet. Just criminal. So, shout out to Lynn Cute. No, sorry. What's up, Lucas? How you doing?
Oh yeah, and you know how people say when you buy physical games you own it, but I thought about this shit.
Mhm.
Well, technically you don't really own it because you know how when you buy the physical, you still have to download it. So even when you put in the disc in, you still download it from their store.
Yeah, which I don't get
No, you
why.
download. Aren't you downloading it from the disc? If you own the disc, the
It,
disc has the data on it.
yeah, you're downloading from the disc, right? But the
Yes, so
problem
you
with
do own
that
it.
is they have it to the point where you still need the disc. Except for 2K had that glitch, 2K16. If you can still probably buy 2K16, install it on your Xbox, and still have the game.
I didn't know that.
It was 2K16 that we did that with.
No, but the reason why I say that to me because if they stop making it work like that,
Mhm.
then you're screwed anyway. Like, what if they just cut that shit off and it don't work? See, back then you just put the cartridge in and the shit worked. You ain't no download nothing, so you actually had it. Now it doesn't feel like you have it because you still gotta download some shit. I can see if it
Well,
was
I
just
mean, this the maybe I'm confused, but
Mhm.
when you buy the disc, you got the base game on the disc, and you're just downloading the data onto your console. Although you still need to have the disc, it's no different than 360 and PS3 when you needed to have the disc in the console to play it. But you still own, as long you ain't getting no updates and shit if the game ain't supported. But as long as you own the disc, you own the game. Is what I thought anyway.
Yeah, I
but
don't get
see
it. It's
what
That's how I look at it.
confusing though. Like I was all for installing the disc onto your console if the game remained on your console and I didn't need the disc to put in anymore. Like how it is when people were buying games off their computer. You know, after it installed, you could throw the disc away. You know what I
that,
mean?
I
that
didn't
would be
even know that.
wonderful.
Yeah.
I had no clue. Like I didn't like last gen when it was 360 and like when I used to get my games, it was a option to install a game. And the only reason why I even went into that is because supposedly it made the games load faster or whatever. And like I was like, fuck it, might as well. But now it's you have to. So I don't know. I don't understand the difference.
That's what I'm saying. It's crazy, bro. Like, that's why I feel like if they just want to make that shit stop, they could, and we could not play nothing.
I definitely agree with you when it comes to digital games with that, but when it comes to like the actual disc, at least you can download you have the data already, like physically, so you can just if you just download it back onto your system. But if
So,
you
so, so you
have it
don't, so
digitally,
you don't think they ever gonna make a switch for like that shit don't work no more either,
Nah.
and it's just like, alright. So I
I
was
mean,
thinking
I
about
don't
that.
know how you could if you're not like I can see what you're saying if you have to sign into a profile and that type of thing. That's really when it comes. That's where the digital situation comes into play. But if you have the game physically, then what would you need to have to sign in and do all that other
I,
shit when you already
yeah,
have the what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
So but that shit is confusing. I don't really get it, but.
I just got caught up in the whole download shit. I'm like, why the fuck I gotta download if they got? But you're right though. Yeah, you're right.
But I don't that like as strong as I feel about physical games, like I can't remember the last time I bought a physical like CD, like a what I'm saying, like
Last
wow.
physical CD I bought was Tomb Raider.
Game or
Version.
music CD?
No, your
Physical
music,
disc.
music.
The last
music?
physical
Oh,
music
music.
CD.
Oh shit.
A CD that I bought was the games. Was it LAX or Red Album? The Red Album was the last one. That was 2008. I don't think I bought any physical albums after the Red
Yeah,
Album.
you gonna laugh at me? But
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it anyway. The last album I bought was Trey Songz Chapter 5. It's in my
The
disc tray right
last
now. That's the last album I bought that was physical.
last physical album I bought was Pimp C, The Naked Soul of Sweet Jones.
You said The Naked Soul of Sweet Jones?
Yes, sir. Pimp C.
Yeah, nah. Yeah, I remember. I mean, there's used to albums I used to buy, physical. But yeah, after like they kind of just like said, you know what, we're gonna find a way to make money off these digital downloads, whether it's streaming and whatnot. I haven't bought an album since. Like, but I've downloaded plenty of albums Before,
that's
as far
all I
as
do.
like purchases and whatnot. And I even go back and buy old albums that I purchased before. Nope, I'm lying. The last physical album I purchased was for me was Drake's "Thank Me Later," and for my girl was Drake's "Take Care" in 2011. I remember I was in the Best Buy, and I was contemplating whether I should buy the one that came with the T-shirt or just the regular disc. So that's what it was. Yep.
All right, let's go to the other side of the spectrum. Do you remember the first CD or album or whatever that you've owned? You know, the first one.
Yes, I don't want to tell you.
So that purchased or that was purchased for me?
Well, that you can remember that you had, like, you know, the first album or single.
I can tell
or
you. I
whatever
can tell you
that you remember.
I can tell you
owning.
3 albums that I owned like back in the day. All right.
Yeah.
As cassette tapes.
Yes, there you go. I was about to go there, bro.
I had Tupac's "All Eyes on Me," which was my mom's. Biggie's "Life After Death," and Will Smith "Big Willie Style."
Bought the album?
Actually, you're cheating, sir. I said one, and the one tape that I remember me owning before anything, like before a CD or anything, I remember owning. I forgot the name of the group, but the fucking remember that song "No Pigeons"?
Oh, Sporty Thieves!
Sporty Thieves! Sporty Thieves! Yo, I had the Sporty Thieves "No Pigeons" single on cassette tape, bro.
Wow.
That was my first like tape I ever remember like having, like adding ever.
Wow.
Bro, how did I forget Sporty Thieves? No pigeons.
No pigeons.
Yo, that shit was
pigeons.
crazy. Don't be the hoes that get no love from me. Yo, you want to talk about beef, nigga? That was beef, nigga.
Yeah, that was. They got salty over that. Oh my god.
Yo, man, what you got, man? What you got, man? Let me hear this shit.
Well, see, here's the thing. My brother had all the albums, so I didn't have to do the Tupac albums. I didn't have to do Slim Shady. My brother had all the albums. So the first album I actually bought, with my own thought, was I don't even want to say this. was Tyrese Alter Ego.
Damn, boy, you the sweetest motherfucker.
Yeah, you are.
That's how I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but
was you breaking backs? Was you getting some ass back then, my guy?
No, I was just
slow jams all day.
Hey man, I was just a hopeless romantic, but I was a sucker, man.
Wow. Vonshell was a charming little motherfucker.
Yeah, I was. Bro, where you think all these tweets come from? Shit, I was a sucker.
You so sweet. Damn.
Wow.
Damn, man, that shit crazy, bro. Sporty Thieves, man. I can't believe that.
Yeah, wow. I remember them. I remember every time the song would come on the radio. It was the real one. I was hoping to hear the Sporty Thieves one, but it was always the real one.
It was always No Scrubs. It was like, fuck, man. I'm hoping they will switch it up one day and play Sporty Thieves on their ass. They never did.
But to redeem myself, the first album I bought that wasn't Tupac was the Game documentary.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I had a lot of a lot of CDs or and discs. Here's the thing: my aunt used to get the shit in the mail, right? Remember how they used to have this thing? It was like this catalog of CDs, and you would pay like a monthly subscription, and they'll send you a bunch of CDs every month. And I remember she said, all right, she was like, all right, Jerry, it's your turn to pick. What CDs do you want? And I remember seeing all these like the artists. I was going by faces and whatnot. So I remember I picked Tupac's Greatest Hits. I picked Lauryn Hill's The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. I picked Will Smith, Big Willie Style again. I had she let me pick like 3 CDs. And I remember Big Willie Style was one of my favorite albums of all time.
You know what? Just because I'm going to listen to that album, because you mentioned that album, I gotta listen to it. I never heard of Will Smith album.
It's one. If Big Willie Style would have came out in 2017, classic.
No,
classic.
Explain yourself. Explain yourself. You can't say that like that. You gotta explain yourself.
Big Willie Style had some of the best songs. It was the most some of the best songs I've heard. And Big Willie Style came out just right after, like, the Pac and Big era. Hip hop didn't really know what they were gonna do. They had all this talent, but there was like, Will Smith just dropped this album that hit Nas
what was
and
on
a
Big
few
Willie
other
Style?
help, right?
What was on that album? I don't even know what was
getting jiggy with it. Nah.
Now, Smooth. On the record. Are you saying Will Smith saved hip hop in the mid '90s when Tupac and Biggie died?
I'm not gonna say that. I said there was a gem there, because for a time period there was nothing like. I don't want to say there weren't any good music. He had a gem. He said the album sold 8 million records. Like 8 million. Like it's probably.
Now time out. I'm confused now. When did Big Willie Style come out? Like what year?
1997. It's like the end of '97.
And back then, because I know me and you ain't that far apart in age. I think we probably the same age. But were you were actually like you were into that on your own, or were you into that because you had you had an older brother or something that
No.
carried over to you?
My uncles and stuff weren't trying to listen to Will Smith. Me at that age, I was Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? So Will Smith, I was familiar with Will Smith from the Fresh Prince and all this other shit. So to see him in the music video with the bright blue suit and shit like that, and the shiny outfits and shit, I thought it was cool. And I love the song Getting Jiggy with It. I love the song Men in Black, and then he had that song I'm Going to Miami. Oh, that shit was dope.
That shit was lit.
I gotta ask, bro. Now, did you, however, own Kids Bop when you was younger?
Oh,
Kids Bop? No,
my God.
I did not.
Don't tell me you own Kids Bop.
No, I was not a Kids Bop fan. Because here's the thing, every time the Kids Bop commercial came on and they played the familiar song, I would get so upset that there was kids singing the song. I wanted to hear the real song. So
cringe worthy. That's like early cringing in my life. I'm just like, oh my God.
They used to have all these little kids. All the kids in these videos was diverse. You had a little Asian kid, a little black kid, a Hispanic kid, and they're just like jumping around.
Yo, hell no, that shit is trash.
Yeah, yes it was.
No,
I never owned a Kids Bop. Man,
you don't want to know what's like just low key pretty good though. When I was in AIT, man, back in 07, 06, one of my white homeboys put me on some shit called From Punk to Crunk, and it's basically like rap songs like being sang in like rock form. This shit,
you mean like the Jay-Z record, like shit, Encore?
Prime example, like bro. They had remember that song? Man, what was that Manny Fresh and Birdman song? Fucking Gator Booze. Yeah, yo, they had Gator Booze. Yo, my nigga had. If you look that shit up on YouTube right now, you gonna hear that version that they got from Punk to Crunk might be better than the regular version. G. That shit is so dope.
If you learn,
I'm not even playing with you, bro. I'm not even playing with you. Look up on YouTube, Punk to Crunk or something like that. Crunk to Punk, it's something like that.
I will. They
remixed all the popular rap songs and did it in punk rock form. That shit was pretty good.
Cause you don't know how many times I listened to Still Fly. I remember when it came out. I was going to Kentucky Kingdom. That shit was
Still Fly is a classic, and they one upped it with the From Punk to Crunk shit. That shit was pretty good, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But that shit, I just thought about that when you said Kids Bop, because it had the same type of cover. You know how they had that cover art. You know what I'm saying? It had the same type of cover art. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is this? I was looking at this shit. I was like, bro, what is this? Punk to Crunk. And I was like, nah, I gotta listen to this. And I put it out loud on the speakers, and I'm like, yo, this shit is low key pretty damn dope, man. What is this?
You know what? They used to, because for Eric, you know how 2000 was also a weird year for music? You know what I mean? There was a lot of also good music. Actually, 2000 probably had some of the best music. The year 2000 of music could technically define a generation. Like the year 2000 music sounds nothing like music in 99 and nothing like music in 2001. It was just like this sound. who dropped? There was like so many songs that like dropped in the year 2000. Wyclef had a song that I really liked. Then who let the dogs out come out in 2000?
Nelly,
Oh
Shaggy,
my goodness.
You
Sean
had
Paul.
you had If I Was Blue, I Believe I Would Die. If I was, I think
Yeah, that shit was dope. That shit was dope too. Yeah,
and
they had
he
some crazy shit back in the day, man.
yeah
That shit was crazy.
who and what a Bloodhound Gang. Me and you, baby, ain't nothing but mammals.
Yes. My brother used
Oh
to
man,
always
no.
sing that shit. Nah, I swear to God, if I sing that shit right now, he was here, he would finish that shit off like that. Bruh, it was stuck in his head. Cause he used to watch the Discovery Channel all damn day.
Yeah. Yeah, but like you know what I mean. And the year 2000 was the year of pop. You had like all like the pop stars. You had Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, and NSYNC, Backstreet Boys.
Yeah,
You had
all that shit.
what's that? What's the
All
dude?
that shit was
Yeah,
popping back
everybody. Was that the dude from Backstreet Boys? He had a little brother that sang or slash rap too. Was it
then. When the
Nick
Joey's
Carter.
something?
Nick Carter or something like that?
Yeah, Nick Carter.
Yeah, he had a song with Shaq. He was like, "Boom, boom, I put it in the slim like jam, jam." That's how I beat Shaq.
I
Oh
ain't gonna lie though.
wow.
That Shaq song with Biggie was alright.
You know them lyrics though.
The lyric, if it's catchy, I'll remember it for life. You know what I mean?
I
So
feel you. I feel you. It's See, that's what I was asking you earlier. Is because it's like I don't know what it was with me. Like it's like I didn't start gravitating toward my own music until later on. Like fucking I said like 2002, 2003 when I started like picking out my own music and shit. Because there was a lot of shit that I was listening to just off my brother. You like whatever my brother was listening to, I was listening to because I mean by default. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I didn't really start getting when I started really getting into my own music. That was like when it was like like Cameron and Dipset and all them niggas. Like I was heavy into Dipset, G. Like always listening to Dipset. And
My favorite
like
member was
that, I just, bruh, Cameron was my nigga. Like I think that was and niggas low key was hating on Cameron. I used to get mad because it was like it was different, man. It was different for me because like living in Texas, growing up in Texas is different. When it was different for me to listen to niggas like Cameron and all them East Coast rappers because all of my friends didn't understand it, didn't like it. And I'm like, yo, like you not listening to this? Are you listening to this shit? Like, and it was so weird because nobody else was on that shit but me. It seemed like,
yeah.
And like all the Dipset shit, like the motherfucking Diplomats album and fucking Cameron's album and fucking Jewel's first album and shit. Like all that shit was banging to me back then, and when it wasn't to nobody else, it seemed like. So it was real strange.
You might want to smack me with a brick because when I was young, I thought Cameron was trash until I got older and I started understanding what he was actually saying.
Niggas
Cameron
low key
was
don't even
trash,
realize Cameron and the niggas was putting on a lot of trends. Like
They were.
the whole
The
pink thing,
pink thing. Yep.
the whole rock star shit, like that rock star swag when niggas was wearing wallet chains and tighter clothes. That all that shit came from Dipset and Jim Jones and Cameron.
I brought 100 bandanas because of Joel Santana.
From
Yeah, his bandana was too big for his head. Yeah, his clothes
all
was
that
super
shit.
big. Yeah,
all that shit was like Dipset. Like I'm pretty sure to this day, if Cameron didn't do the pink thing like he did, niggas would not be wearing pink to this day.
yeah.
Like
I remember I was on the pink.
Pink was a no before.
I bought
Cameron.
a pink headband. I had a pink shirt. I have a couple homecoming parties that I went to where I was in the pink like button up with like the pink flag hanging out my back pocket and shit like that. 10th grade. And like 9th grade, there was a lot of Cameron.
No way you could have got away with that before Cameron. No way you could have got away with that. So I was like pretty upset back then. I'm like, man, y'all niggas ain't understanding, man. Fuck y'all. Niggas just talk shit. But like I said, it was funny, man.
Those were good times, man.
Like then you had the southern influence, the snap influence that came out in like 2005, 2006.
I hated that.
Hated it.
I hated that.
You had
hated it.
My favorite one was the people that made the Nook if you book. Nook.
I kind of like that though for the club scene when you the party. I like that.
Why? Exactly that and that instrumental was loud. Niggas used to freestyle on that instrumental all the time. So that song is okay for
Sim, you ain't lying,
those
but that was a
reasons.
rapper starter kit right there.
The rapper starter
nigga,
kit.
that's definitely the rapper starter kit.
Yeah,
The
that
Nuck If
is
You
true.
Buck
I ain't
beat.
gonna like the duck if you butt beat. Yep, you had. There was it was a lot of, and a lot of these people you haven't heard from. They never made it between 2005. They didn't make it out in 2006. Like
Yeah,
you had
a lot of these niggas like right now ain't gonna be the same way.
what's that goofy ass nigga that made that song Get Silly? Get Silly.
Oh, what was that? Oh,
What's the
man,
YMV or
remember
the
what that
Y
was.
the Y? What the hell is his name? But
I
he,
don't fucking know.
Come about to get his name was Vic.
the VIC, yeah. Get silly. That nigga looked
I
like
mean,
a
it
fucking
was
happy piece of shit,
so
like,
trash for me
real.
back then, man. It was so trash with that shit. Like that was a ringtone
Yeah,
rap
the
era right
ringtone
there.
era, dude.
That's what that was.
I ain't gonna lie, this whole the ringtone era. I used to hustle the ringtone era all the time. I was the only person in the neighborhood with like the program to cut the songs down and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Sell those
Oh, yeah.
ringtones. I used to sell mad ringtones, yo.
No, I'm gonna take it even further. Motherfucking remember the Jay-Z phone, the fucking black one? Remember the black Jay-Z phone that looked like that low key looked like a Vita, like it was supposed to be. It looked like a PlayStation phone, it looked like a game phone
I
and
know
shit.
what you're talking about, yeah.
I had that shit, and that was like one of the first phones that had like actual like music tones, not the beeping shit. It was actually like the actual music and shit.
Yeah.
And I remember having the fucking Jay-Z Black album on there for like different ringtones and shit. Motherfuckers was like, "Yo, how you do that?" I'm like, man, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about this shit. This shit, man. Ringtone. So if you could compare, would you say that the ringtone rap era was better than this mumble rap era that you got going on right now?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I
that
disagree.
that was better than this?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Yeah, because you know how bad I realize how bad I appreciate Soulja Boy in 2007 much more than I appreciate the shit that's out now. Because here's the thing. All right, the mumble rap it's like I feel like nobody's actually there's no talent there to rap or anything like that. But with Soulja Boy, his thing was Soulja Boy had talent. He made the beats and he made up dance moves. You know what I mean? And so he had things to fall back on. So if the song wasn't hot, the beat was, and he had a dance move that people had people doing. So, and I ain't gonna lie, Soulja Boy stepped up his flow from I Soulja Boy Tell Him to what's the second one he dropped, which was when he had Turn My Swag On. That shit,
DeAndre Wade.
That shit was epic. And the thing is, I was bumping that Soulja Boy album, and it took a while for the radio to get on. Like, oh, this Soulja Boy song is hot. They'll play every now and then it was like, all right, this is hot. And then they'll start remixing it, and then they couldn't stop playing it on the radio to Turn My Swag On and Kiss Me Through the Phone and shit like that. So Soulja Boy, like I said, this Soulja Boy that we got now, he don't rap. He just gets into shit. But
you know what? I agree with you on one part, and I disagree with you on another part. I agree with you on the Soulja Boy thing because he still makes beats to this day. I think he made beats for Beyonce on her new album. So you're right about that. He is making money on the low. People think, oh, he broke because his music sucks, but he makes some beats for a lot of people. But I do think this generation is better than the ringtone era, just because you do have talented people. I mean, they might not.
Let's get it right.
The ringtone era had
We're not talking
T-Pain,
about
though.
the. Yeah, but I mean, what I want to make sure that we're clear with Von, because I think, like, Von, we're not talking about like your J. Cole's and your Kendricks and all that shit. The good, I'm talking about. Remember how trash it was, the ring, how everybody was saying hip hop was dead and shit back in the ringtone era. Is that better than this era that you got going on with this mumble rap? Because the mumble rap it's its own thing.
No, I still think the mumble rap is better because Lil Uzi Vert can make a better song than Jay-Quan. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Oh man.
But Jay-Quan was pre ringtone rap. He was 2003.
Oh well, shit.
Well, I think the ringtone rap era was better because it actually, even though these dudes was trash, they still made an effort. It seemed like it still was at the end of the day. Man, I gotta say something. Like, it wasn't a situation to where niggas couldn't understand your ass. You know what I'm saying? You still, even though it was repetitive, even though it was simple, at the end of the day, it was catchy. At the end of the day, you had a lot of dancing going on, and it was a happier time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nowadays,
nowadays you got nigga, Future's borderline depressed, my nigga.
Yeah.
Fuck borderline. This nigga's depressed. This nigga's on his way to some other shit. So it's like different. It's way, and a lot of this shit now it seems like
I'd be depressed too if my baby mom was naked in photos with her new boo with my kid.
wow.
Like, yeah, dude, I would be like.
But what I saw some shit, and it was like they was explaining like how niggas nowadays is like with these rappers, they all like addicts and shit, and they all like. When that shit wasn't cool back then, you didn't want to be no druggy addict back then.
Because the drug dealers was the rappers.
Exactly. So now it's flipped. So it's like, nah, I can't say that even though I remember hating the ringtone rap era so badly, but like, I don't think that it was. Now looking back at it, like you said with Soulja Boy, as far as him then compared to now, like just his work ethic alone and what he was doing with his beats and how he low key put that whole like Facebook, not Facebook, even further back MySpace shit to where niggas was getting famous off of the internet. He low key put that shit on. Like you didn't hear about that.
And you know what else? He low key created twerking music. He had the best twerk song of all time.
Stop.
She got the best twerk song. And man, she got duck and booty meat. It's magical.
Are you serious? You're trying to tell me that is better than Juvenile Shake That Ass? Are you telling me?
I mean, what we talking about?
But Juvenile Shake That Ass wasn't twerk. That was just shaking.
That is original. See, that's why y'all got it twisted. That is original twerk music. It was back then.
It's the originator. It's the originator. Okay.
And you gonna go back? Even the original was fucking 2 Live Crew.
Oh yeah.
So hell no.
That's true.
That's original twerk music. But if you want, I don't even want to go back that far.
Yeah, but nobody had asses back then.
You tripping?
There was no big asses then.
Trina. Hey, Trina was known for having ass. J-Lo was known for having ass.
I'm talking about during the
Beyonce was known for having ass back then.
Beyonce never had an ass, dude.
The whole bootylicious craze came off Beyonce. G.
Yeah, but she didn't have an ass. Her dancers
she got ass, G.
But she doesn't have.
This was before the big outrageous fake asses. You know what I'm saying? We used to fake ass nowadays.
Yeah.
But back then it was all about like good. Trina was known for having ass, G, back then.
Oh, yeah,
and it was like twerking and shit. That was when it was Yin Yang Twins had twerk shit going on back then. Twins. Like it was a lot. Twerking ain't that ain't the same, bro. That's a whole nother argument. That Soulja Boy shit was yeah, but that wasn't better than them originals, man. I'm sorry.
I want to ask y'all a question though. Dead or alive, if you can take any rapper and reset his career and put him in this generation, who you think will succeed and who you think will fail?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, I don't get your question.
If you was able to reset, like, let's say you take somebody like Rakim and you reset his whole career, but you put his career in this generation, do you think he'll fail or succeed?
That's easy. That's Tupac. You want to put Tupac in today's type of era, so then that way, so all that intellect that Tupac had, all that shit, it's basically a J. Cole situation. You get a Kendrick Lamar situation. You get all that when you get an intellectual nigga like Tupac in today's age.
You think it would succeed, or you think it would just fall on deaf ears?
Yeah, no, I think it would succeed because the whole thing with Pac was that he was spitting some shit, and it made you think about it. Same thing with niggas like even though it's not as popular as some of these Futures and shit like that. Niggas still get a lot out of these J. Cole albums, a lot out of these Kendrick albums, a lot out of even these lower artists out, like, these underground rappers, Chance rapper albums and shit. Like, niggas get stuff out of music still. But, I think Pac would have did, a lot, I don't say a lot better because I can't compare, like, how, music was back then.
I'll tell you who would have failed. I know Eminem would have failed. If he was to start off right now, he would fail.
Eminem? You can't fail, man. You can't fail with them bars, G.
No, yeah, bars.
No. I know what he's mean though. If you took Eminem right now and launched his career in 2016, right?
Oh, I feel you.
Yeah, he would. He would be like a Yellow Wolf or fucking what's the other dude? That good like. He would still have he would still have the bars, but will he be as receptive? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, no. I actually gotta disagree because even back then, Eminem was having a whole lot of controversy because he was always beefing with Christina Aguilera and Britney Spears and all that shit, and the whole thing, his own personal thing with his mom.
Yeah, he came in with the 99, 2000. That was a perfect time. He came in the middle of the pop era where rap only really had your Jay-Z, you had Nelly, you had Ja Rule, but none of them was like king. You know what I mean? We had DMX here and there and whatnot. So Eminem, I guess that he came at the right time, but I don't know if you could launch his career in 2017 or 2016 and be like, all right, will he get the same results?
Exactly, because y'all gotta remember, he made fun of dead people, he made fun of gay people. I almost said the F word.
Oh yeah. He was his whole stick.
He would have been canned.
So, but I don't know. That actually is a double-edged sword because even with all these SJWs out there, that buzz, whether it be negative or positive, is still a buzz. So at the end of the day, it would be like, does this nigga you would hear about him for dumb shit, but then you want to know, does he got bars? And then you would find out, yes, he does.
So okay.
So that's why I get where you coming from with that, but at the end of the day, the bars are what's gonna shine. Yeah. So with the kind of bars that man got, ain't no matter what era he goes in, you'll notice him.
Yeah.
So who you think would completely fail that was great in a certain generation if you put him in this generation?
50,
I would say
50
MC
Cent.
Hammer.
50 Cent.
Oh yeah. Actually, 50 Cent would. Yeah, probably
50. He came up off beef, like literally. He came up off the beef with Ja Rule. The only. Like just think about the first time you ever heard 50 Cent. Like you heard about him because then he was beefing with either some type of beef with Ja Rule, some type of shit going on with Ja Rule. Mm-hmm. I mean, outside of the In the Club record or all the other shit, Many Men and all that shit, which was great, classic. But I mean, his whole come up, his whole shtick was beef.
But you don't think they would make him bigger though, like you said about Eminem? Even if they still talking about him.
Nah, because it already failed him. It already failed him when he went. This is what happened when 50 came up off the beef with Ja Rule, right? Got hot on his own, obliterated Ja Rule, got hot on his own, and then still kept trying to do beef with remember the whole campaign with him and Kanye? That shit was all planned, right? Yeah. That shit was all planned, but everybody took Kanye's side. Everybody felt more like, felt like they was going with Kanye because he was an underdog and all that shit. Yeah, exactly. And he was an underdog, and it was like it started getting to the point where people started getting tired of beef. That's when it started to kind of change because even though beef was hot, it was like, okay, why are you beefing with Kanye? What did he do to you? Like, what the fuck? Like, what is this? This doesn't make sense. I remember thinking that back then, but I didn't realize that it was all, a publicity stunt.
It was a publicity stunt for them.
But not everybody knew that. Not everybody knew that.
Me, that album was crap. That album was
exactly, and the album was boo boo. Because he went up against Graduation. I think it was Graduation.
Graduation versus Curtis.
Hell no. Graduation shut that shit down. And that's when people start realizing, like, okay, this beef shit is pretty whack. That's why nobody cared when he was beefing with Rick Ross and when he was beefing with everybody else. It was like, who cares? Yeah, they was like, who cares, nigga? Like, where's the music at?
Yeah, because his singles were struggling to get what they were usually doing. Like, I remember his first singles were Amusement Park, which was like a second failed attempt at Candy Shop, and Straight to the Bank. which they didn't pop. I like those songs, but I like Straight to the Bank. I'm laughing straight to the bank.
Yeah, I did too. It was on one.
Man,
It was on Def Jam, wasn't it? It was on the game Def Jam, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was on some game.
The last good 50 Cent song was "I Get Money, Money Got I Get Money." That was the last good 50 Cent song.
Shit annoyed me, and they played that so much they got annoying to me. But it was good.
That was my shit.
Yeah, that's what they had to launch the album with that because that became the more pop. That was his third attempt at the single though. He had that I Still Kill with Akon. I Still Kill.
Yeah.
I hate that.
And there was he had the song with Robin Thicke that I like, Follow My Lead. And then he had that song with Justin Timberlake that was like super pop, AO Technology.
Yeah. I remember that song.
And yeah. And the thing is, I was rocking with Kanye West regardless. You know what I mean? The Graduation was one of my favorite albums. It was I think one of the last Kanye West albums that I really. No, I did like 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yes, classic.
Yeah,
classic.
But I think after 808s and Heartbreak, I was borderline with Kanye West. With my Twisted Dark Fantasy, after that, I kind of just left Kanye West alone, which was sad because Kanye West.
I like Pablo.
You said what? Nah. Anything that's anything after 2000.
You haven't even tried Pablo yet?
I like Pablo. Pablo's dope.
Yo, Pablo
I sampled it. I Pablo, Yeezus, and all that stuff. I just
really?
Yeezus was
bro, you gotta listen to Pablo. Yeezus was trash.
Try Pablo.
You gotta listen to Pablo. It's really good.
Pablo is great. Pablo is actually great.
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I'm saying right now. It goes Graduation, 808s, and then Pablo for me, man. I'm sorry.
Of his best?
Of his best for me, man.
Oh, no.
Bro, you have to listen to it. Because wouldn't you agree, Simmy, that like it's the best combination of new Kanye and old Kanye?
Yes, indeed. That shit is like, and when it was crazy, it was when he was saying it was a gospel album, and I was like, bro, are you for real? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? But then when I started listening to it, I was like, okay, it's a lot of gospel type of things going on in that album, which is crazy. I never would have thought. You know what I'm saying? It's a great album, bro. That is my, like I said, in my top 3: Graduation, 808s, Pablo.
Cause I love College Dropout. I love Graduation. 808s and Heartbreak. I love it. Like my favorite song on 808s and Heartbreaks is I think RoboCop and Welcome to Heartbreak. RoboCop was like dead. The way that it came on. Okay. Oh man, that thing got me through. So that album got me through a lot. I don't want no RoboCop.
Nah, the best track on there is Paranoid, G.
Paranoid. See, I like the song, and I think what happened was when the video came out, I didn't care for the song anymore because I think I played it out. So it was just like whatever. I like RoboCop, but Paranoid was good.
No, you gotta try Pablo though, man. I'm sorry, you gotta try.
I'm gonna do after we do the show. I'll probably reactivate my Google Play and I'll listen to that, and then when Drake's album come out, I'll listen to that and see what's good.
Yeah, man, that Pablo was surprised the shit out of me.
Have any of you started watching Iron Fist on Netflix? I don't like it.
I heard that shit was trash.
What?
I like it, but I can see why people say it's trash because the acting is corny. But you know. I don't expect that much from Netflix when I watch the original shows. The acting was corny though, but it has some cool points. Iron Fist on Netflix.
Iron
Fist. What is that?
Oh Lord!
I seen it trending.
I've seen like I know it's a comic, but I just seen some reviews for it, and I was like, damn, everybody's like dogging.
Like I like it 'cause I like the characters, but I can see why people don't like it. Like it's not perfect at all, but I do like the characters. The leading actor, he's a likable character. The people around him are likable characters. But I can definitely see why people don't like it because at certain points it's kind of cheesy. Like the whole plot line of what he's doing is kind of cheesy, but I like it. It's entertaining.
Mm-hmm. Yo, I know this ain't gaming right now, but
go ahead. Right.
What's up with this Colin Moriarty situation, man? Did y'all witness the whole thing when it went down?
I'm glad you brought that
the,
up.
the whole the whole tweet, because I remember when he tweeted it, right? Like I remember reading the tweet and I laughed and I was like, boy, he gonna get some shit for this. But I did not
Shit, they
think,
split. I'm like, shit, he ain't say nothing for real.
yo, I was like, ooh, he gonna get some heat for this. But I didn't realize that it was gonna be to this extent, man.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
It's stupid, you know, and this is why I hate SJWs. I hate this resist movement. I hate this whole this new type of people, these super sensitive people, because you can't do anything. You know, if I was Colin Moriarty, right, and I said the shit I was saying on the A Day Without Women, that hashtag, the shit I was saying, niggas would have hated me too. But I'm not anybody to of public that where it matters. So I said worse shit than that. It's just that shut the fuck up. It's not that big of a deal. And the fact that he ended up leaving Kind of Funny Games and stuff, and then his nerd fucking bitch ass what's his name?
Greg Miller.
Greg Miller fucking looked like a fucking oversized hamster on fucking
I used to
steroids.
like that dude, but man, that just kind of made me pissed off.
I can't stand it. It's like people were sitting there like, tweeting, crying like a little bitch. Like, fuck out of here, man. It's
you know what's so weird? It was mostly dudes.
That was my thing, because like when I started reading like the actual like responses to his tweet, 90% of the people that was making a big deal out of it were men.
And 90% of them were gay.
I saw maybe two women said something that was kind of like, oh, okay, that wasn't really that funny. But what really made me clap was his girl. His girl was in there defending his ass, like in the tweets, like in his tweets was in there defending him. And you got your boy, your own best friend, you know what I'm saying, throwing you pretty much under the bus. And it's like, for real, dude? And I can't, I don't know. They did the little morning show not the next day, but like the next week. And they was explaining like after Colin had officially left. Yeah. I watched the little morning show, and they were like explaining like, yeah, you know, this wasn't, you know, this had nothing to do really with the tweet itself. It wasn't like he left because of the tweet. And we just wanted to go in different directions, and it was like
stupid ass excuse. We wanted to go in different directions.
It's like, come on, man.
Here's the thing. This is what happens. This is why you don't. This is what happens when you sell out. You know, once you go corporate, you got to sell out. You sell out for the top dollar, and you bow down to fucking fuckery and bullshit. So that's why I would never get into a situation where I'm not able to have freedom to exercise my right of fucking humor, or like, you know what I mean, or there was nothing that he said that was it's ridiculous. It's hard to think about, because
this confused me though, like, because from what I understand, they built kind of like, let's be real, they say like Nick Scarpino and Tim and all them guys, but we know who Kind of Funny is. It's Greg Miller and Colin Moriarty, like both those dudes are what Kind of Funny is. Yeah. So when you have that situation to where you feel like, okay, we got to protect the brand, but you're throwing your friend under the bus, that that don't sit well with me. When you have, and I may be ignorant with this situation, but the dudes from Funhouse ain't that their own company, kind of like Kind of Funny is. They do the same type of, they do comedy like that, like way more harsh. Like shit that Colin said. They do all types of wild jokes and do wild shit on YouTube and in podcasts and shit, and you never see them like, you know, getting like attacked and like bend into, you know, these SJWs like that. So it's like it's not nothing new, that type. And it, like you said earlier, the tweet wasn't even in really bad taste to me. It was clever to me. It was real clever because he played the you know what I'm saying, the hashtag, and it was funny for men anyway. It was like, hell yeah, this is hilarious.
If I would have seen the hashtag as it was going on, I probably would have been fucking banned straight up. Yeah. I probably would have been banned, because I got in trouble for saying black women wear the most weave, and I felt like I was gonna get banned for that shit. It was like 40 women attacking me. What the fuck you talking about, you race trader? I'm like, what? Really?
Yo, they got some stands though. Kind of Funny got some stands, because I went on there and I was like, man, I put a comment under there under the morning show, and boy, I had so many replies
What you
like,
say?
oh no. I was like, yo, I'm like, good job throwing your homeboy under the bus. You know what I'm saying? And they like, yo, nah, how do you do that? What do you mean do him under the bus? I'm like, man, come on, y'all are like really out of there with that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you don't do that to your friend. Like, if anything, say nothing. Shut the fuck up. Don't
Yeah.
say nothing.
I wouldn't.
Like,
That's what
why?
I would. I would have said a damn thing.
I would have said nothing. Like, why are you? He went out his way to type out a whole paragraph, put it, do the post, and then go in there and talk about it was in poor taste. I didn't agree with him. I talked to him. Like, what do you mean you talked to me? I'm a grown ass man. You had to sit and talk to me.
And
Like,
the thing I
come
like
on,
about
man.
it is Colin didn't back down either. He stuck by his tweet.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He actually doubling down on the shit because like I said, his girl is an MVP. G. His girl went on there and like flipped the whole hashtag and was like, he took a picture with her and was like, so much for that peace and quiet. And it was like, I'm like, yo, bravo with y'all. I'm hoping good things for Colin, man, because he don't need to be around them dudes. He got his own thing going on.
I don't think that show's gonna do good without him because he was the only unbiased person on Kinda Funny. You know what I'm saying? He was a PlayStation dude, but he wasn't biased towards anybody. If he saw bullshit on PlayStation, he would call it out. If he saw bullshit on Xbox, he would call it out. Now you got Greg,
Yeah.
who likes every fucking thing PlayStation does. You're gonna have a one-sided point of view.
Yeah, they whole thing went down the hill when they kind of, I don't want to say when they started Kinda Funny, but like when they was in IGN, they was great to me. I was real big fans
You
of them
didn't
when
like?
they
You
was at
don't like
IGN.
Kinda Funny?
No, I'm not saying that. When they first built Kinda Funny, I was cool with it. But it seemed like since the start of 2017, it started to seem like because I would listen to their podcast and they wasn't beating games no more. I'm like, what you mean they talking about they ain't beat it, and I'm like, you getting these games early as fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Y'all, this is y'all job to do this. Y'all not beating these games. Y'all not doing. It was like the content kind of went down for me. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't seem like they had as much insight as they used to. I mean, to me, in my opinion.
It's that
But
50
it
grand a
really,
month. They got lazy.
hey, I don't know what it was. I don't know what to call it. But I applaud them for building Kinda Funny like how it was, because that's some great shit to they literally built Kinda Funny from the ground up. And that year they were at E3 with their own booth and shit. Like,
Yeah.
damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's up.
Well, they was IGN, so I'm not surprised.
But I mean, they was personalities. It was IGN, and they was just personalities. From you being just some known as some PlayStation guys. That's literally who they were. Like, hey, these dudes, Greg and Colin, those PlayStation dudes, to literally building a brand. I applaud that. I think that's great, and it's sad to see that Colin had to kind of leave because of this bullshit off some shit that you pretty much had 50% in building.
I already might be doing like a politic podcast or some shit like that. Some shit that touches on. It's gonna be crazy. He's gonna get in trouble then. But I just hope he got enough money to back it up.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I wish the best for him, though, man. I thought the situation was pretty fucked up.
Yeah, that's because it was.
But on that note, you know what I mean. Let's get ready to sign out on them, and hopefully, we can get as big as Kinda Funny.
Yeah, Smooth he got to get his bubble bath ready. Pop in his earphones and listen to that Drake in about an hour.
Yeah, I gotta listen to that Drake. Also, look out. I'll probably be doing like a review on his channel tomorrow, sometime after work or something like that. I'm gonna listen to that album a couple times on my way to work, on my way back, probably once tonight. But it is what it is. But yeah, I want to say shout out to all the subscribers to Apples and Oranges. We've hit over 1,000 subscribers, so that's pretty awesome. I promise to have this show up every week if we can, but we need that participation up. We need more people in here watching, and we can have more compelling topics and whatnot, because I do enjoy doing the show. And be here for like the daily content that I put out, whether it be Tupac related, whether it be Trump related, or some other bullshit. that I'm talking about. But yeah, I want to thank Vonshell and KidSmoove for dropping by. Yo, Pose, you late. He said he just got here. But make sure you follow us on Twitter. That's where most of this content really comes from.
Oh yeah.
We got some popping Twitter pages. So if you're not following us, I don't know what the hell you're doing.
Oh yeah, I just cracked 1,000 in retweets and favorites. So yeah, y'all definitely make sure y'all follow me on that.
Yep. And but yeah, I got anything to say before we go?
Underground King, don't stop for hoes. I get around. Peace, y'all.
Nah, man, ain't got nothing, man.
All right. Hey, yo, Pose, make sure you hit that rewind button. You can see the whole show. And but yeah, we out of here. It's KidSmoove, Apples and Oranges. Thanks for the watching, and we'll see you guys next week. We out of here. Peace.
All right, y'all. I'm out. The fam's calling.